YWC Saviour. Question: what was Tony Atlas like before and after he became homeless? Did you or other wrestlers know he was homeless right before he returned to the WWF as Saba Simba? I recall Tony mentioning he matured a lot after the experience. Now, this is, I don't know, around 1990 or something like that. He was in WCW in the early 90s as well, I think.
Yeah. Well, I know Tony fairly well, and he's mentioned it to me, but I don't know why he became homeless or the circumstances of it. But I was glad to see him back in WWE as Simba. What was it?
Saba Simba. I mean, if Kamala was racist, I mean, this one's just about just about as
You know,
bad.
it's the same thing.
Yeah.
It is, but it made him a living, gave him a home. I don't think he has any kids, and I think he's only been married once. But being homeless is not a good existence for anybody. But and I don't know why he became homeless. I don't know if it was he just spent his money or he was on drugs. I don't think it was that because he's too much of a health nut, but he could have been.
I think he was deep into drugs in the 80s,
Well,
90s.
maybe.
I'd suggest that that's probably a contributing factor, definitely.
Well, I know him fairly not that good, but I've sat at a couple of wrestling signings with him and talked to him. And good guy, funny, but he never really broached the subject with me, and I never brought it up. So I can't really answer that question truthfully because I don't know. I do know that his wife now is kind of sick, and he's kind of worried about her. Unless something has changed from last year to this year, I hope she hasn't passed away. But he did tell me she was very, very sick. So my blessings go out to him.
With Tony, I think it's sort of forgotten just how popular he was in the 70s. As you know, Black Superman Tony Atlas, he had the outfit on the whole bit, and they used to cart him around on a trailer around town and say, come see this guy at the arena tonight, that kind of thing. When was the first time you met Tony?
No, they did. No, they did.
Oh, did they not?
I don't think they did.
I think he's told the story where like you put him on the back of a trailer posing and stuff and say, he's wrestling tonight, folks.
I'd have to check that out because
I hope I've not made it up.
Tony is a little bit prone to embellishment. I will say that about him. That's what they used to do in the 30s and 40s. They would take him, the wild man from Africa, take him around but I don't know if that happened to Tony or not. I may call him up and ask him, did they do that? But he's from Roanoke, Virginia, I think. And how he got in contact with the wrestling office, which was the Mid-Atlantic territory, I think he won a posing contest. He was cut at one time, and he's kind of tall. He's about 6'2". So they saw him and the hometown boy, and they took him around. So he actually one of the very few guys who actually started on top, because you can't put Tony Atlas in the first match. You just can't. He looks odd. And if you put him in the second match, you can't, because none of those guys in the lower matches have any steam about them at all. So if you broke him in on top against a Greg Valentine, who was over, against the Ric Flair, who was over, against the Sergeant Slaughter, who was over. And that's what I'm saying, being over by osmosis. He's just over compared to who he's matched against. So, and I think he stayed there, I don't know, 3-4 months or maybe longer. And then I think he went to WWF, and I think he stayed there. Him and Rocky Johnson teamed up for a while, right?
Yeah, and the WWF Soul Patrol.
Yep, they did that. And talking about that, that's racist too. The Soul Patrol, if you think back on it. I mean, if you think back on it, wrestling is no different than anything else. It was prevalent in the days, and that's when, the Soul Patrol was hot, and, the black stuff was coming into existence. So, and I don't see anything wrong with it because they just followed the social trends that were going on at the time.